Welcome back to Terminal 234. It's Fey on the mic with...
What's up? This is Dolapo, the other Terminal 234 host.
The second half.
Yeah,
the lesser half.
The sexy half.
Debatable.
Yeah, that's what they say online.
Okay.
I just got some fire emojis this morning.
Oh, did you?
I did, like literally less than an hour ago.
Good for you. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, I was really happy about it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope your ego.
How have you been? How have you been?
Pretty okay. It's been a long ass break.
It has, yeah. Oh yeah, guys, welcome to season 3. Woo!
Yeah. I feel like I've been off this mic for months, but it's only really been like 6 weeks or so, right? Has it been
something like that. It's probably not more than 6 weeks. I
Yeah.
think we stopped recording like the first weekend of December, so it's probably actually closer to 8 weeks.
Oh my god! Actually, I think it was like first. Yeah.
The first weekend of December was our last time recording.
Ew, so it's been like 2 months.
It has.
Dolapo, we can never do this again.
Yeah, it wasn't really the plan, but we have to.
But you have
sure
to go and like jet set and.
Of course, and we have to make sure we come back better than ever.
Yeah.
So we have to,
better, stronger.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, shall we begin?
I guess we shall.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. So we'll just start with the last weekend were the Grammys.
They were.
It feels like a long time ago because so much has happened since, or like during or whatever.
During the week.
The Grammys were last weekend.
Did you watch it?
I actually did. I watched like towards the end because I was on the West Coast, so I like didn't know what time it started, and I just kind of caught the end, like
I watched
the latter
whole
half.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think I'm better prepared to discuss
go ahead. Lead the way.
JK. No. I feel like we might as well just start with things that are quite relevant to us in our podcast.
Sure.
And just hit those topics first. I.e., I know Naomi Campbell made a remark about representation for, African countries or Afrobeats, whatever.
She did.
Do you know that exact quote or like what the sentiment was?
I don't know the exact quote, but she basically just said that this was after the fact, after Burna Boy did not win the Grammy,
right.
blah blah blah. So people kind of read it as like in support of Burna Boy, but she's kind of like, Afrobeats needs more than 3 categories that they can win a Grammy in. And of course, it's like divided opinion because people are like, yes, that's true. Or like, wait, hold on a second. Like, you have to grow to get to that point. Like, it's not just.
Right, exactly. You have to grow as a genre to get to that point. And, like, even the other categories, when I really think about it, like, do they have that many, let's say, rock categories? I'm not familiar. I don't know.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, so in my mind, there's probably like maybe 3, 4. Because usually they try to do like album, song, maybe collaboration, and maybe like producer.
Yeah.
Like typically, as far as I know. So I don't necessarily think that it's underrepresented. Maybe in the sense that in the Afrobeats like category, if you want to even call it that, they're mixed in with a bunch of other international acts. So it's not like really like you get a big chance of being nominated if they only give maybe 1 to 2 Afrobeats people a look. Yeah. And then I think
also I think it's just also like Afrobeats is still coming up.
Exactly.
And you have to remember like it's an American award. Like it's not. I mean, they try to be more global because they want people to watch. Like that's why they do it.
Yeah, that's why they do it.
But they're not listening to all this. Like, it's impossible for them to completely represent. So I think, to me, it's not a bad thing. Like, I remember back in the day when Nice had the song. I forget what song it was. But Nice had a song where he mentioned, like, he was going to win a Grammy. Like, and it was like, Nice, you're never going to win a Grammy. Like, we love that you think about this, but like, it's never going to happen. And now it's literally possible. Like, you can potentially win a Grammy.
He's one of those artists that paved the way for the likes of Burna Boy. But then on that note, Burna didn't win.
No, he didn't.
On his nomination. But somebody who has been in the game for a while did win. Somebody who was on his album, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody that he highly respects. And I don't think it's like he was snubbed or anything. I think it's just a matter of like what you had mentioned earlier. You kind of had to just do your time and like make it clear that you're meant to get that award. And
to be fair, like Burna Boy was not mad at all. Angelique Kidjo is actually who won. And Burna Boy was not mad at all. He had on the album, like you said. Her part on the album was like phenomenal. I forget what song it was on. It was on a song with with, I want to say Damian Marley, but I hope I'm not saying the wrong Marley.
You're right. It's Damian.
It's Damian that was on. Okay, because there's a bunch of Marleys.
I know.
But there's a song with Damian Marley, and she she killed that song.
It.
She killed that song.
And
yeah,
then
I think
did you see her
Burna Boy was
acceptance
really.
speech?
Yeah, I didn't actually.
You didn't?
No.
Well, even on her acceptance speech, she like brought up Burna and like said, you know, he had a great year, great body of work, something along those lines. Either way, she made sure to like give him a look. So I think she realized like, yeah, maybe I won this Grammy and maybe it was duly deserved, but I do realize somebody else is in this category equally deserved it. Let's just let everybody stop talking about it. The two people involved are fine. They're good.
And I think Burna Boy actually made a comment that if he won it, like he would have given it to her anyway. Which like it's like, oh, like how cute. Oh,
that
like
is
sweet. You know, so it's like, yeah,
Such
you know, like Burna Boy is like he's a student of the game in that sense. So I'm not surprised that he would say that, especially since he didn't win, so he doesn't have to prove it. Like, he'd be like, "Oh, I would have given it to her." Like, lies.
I mean,
like,
even a quick side note. I know I was watching an interview with him, which he doesn't do interviews often. So anytime he does one, I'll watch it.
He's been doing a lot more,
he's been doing more, but not as often as some of his counterparts. But anyway, he had one with Rap Radar, and I remember him mentioning that she was like a great inspiration to him, one of his favorites of all time. So I was like, honestly, everything came in full circle. It was beautiful. Everybody, we can now all move on. Burna is not sad. He's good. He was nominated.
Yeah. So Grammys.
Anything else you want to touch on?
No, I'm done with Grammys. I want to go to new music.
Okay, fine. There was so much else that happened on the Grammys, but
I mean, you can tell me. You know, I watched it. I saw of course, I saw the tributes.
That's what I was gonna mention.
I saw the Nipsey thing. I caught the end of it, so I actually missed like the McMill part.
Oh, that was one of my favorites, like him and Roddy Ricch, because it was a new song. And I was like, oh, what is this?
I don't know
Roddy's
if I
having a moment.
Enjoyed it as much during the moment, but I listened to the song after the fact, and I was like, yo, like.
I know. Oh, look at you.
It was tough. Like,
I enjoyed it in the moment, actually. I mean, especially because Roddy's having a moment right now. I did not expect him to be on that stage. I don't know. I actually wasn't familiar with everybody that was supposed to be performing on that tribute. So it was a nice surprise for me. But overall, it was great. You know, John Legend sounds immaculate always. DJ Khaled just was yelling on stage like he'd be doing. And it was a good tribute, though. And they won for that song. So obviously that's a beautiful thing. And at the same time, you know, there was a slight Kobe tribute during the performance. So that was very sweet, which we'll get to in a little bit. But that was one of the highlights. And then, I mean, I just enjoyed the show as a whole more so than I have in years. Like, I haven't watched it consistently in years, but this year I think they did a really good job. So that's all I really wanted to say on that.
From when I saw the show, it was pretty enjoyable. I don't think I saw it last year, but Alicia Keys was like phenomenal. Like, I like she was just like chill. I was literally telling someone, like, first of all, you can literally not hate on Alicia Keys. Like, she didn't have to be. She was just like cool. She's like, oh man, like I'm enjoying this because it's Alicia Keys. Like, she's awesome. So I think she made everything like work. The only thing I would say is maybe I missed too much of it, but it seemed like there wasn't that much hip hop on, like, in terms of performances.
Oh, okay.
It seemed like it was, I don't know, that's just
pretty regular though. I feel like they usually don't have that many hip hop performances just because pop dominates the Grammys pretty much every year. They usually do capitalize on the pop stars. And this particular year they had a good selection, Billie Eilish and Ariana Grande.
And Billie Eilish.
Well, you saw that she won quite a few awards. And for me, it was deserving. If you remember, at our last episode of the year, I had mentioned that she was like the one for me that I had listened to quite a bit. Okay. In terms of pop music, she does it best. But I think we can move on from the Grammys now.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think that so we have this new thing we want to do.
Oh, okay.
Let us know how you feel, guys.
Yeah, please.
But we want to recommend music for you because we both love music, and it's impossible to talk about all the new music. So we are going to tell you the new music that it doesn't have to be new, but preferably new, that we are listening to, that we're gonna listen to, and that we recommend that you listen to. And feel free to let us know who has better music, like, per episode, because there's gonna be a gift for the winner at the end. I'll start it off. The new music that I have for you guys is J Hus. Are you familiar?
No.
J Hus is a British rapper, musician. He's really good.
Okay.
He's like dope. So he has a new album just came out called The Big Conspiracy.
Okay.
I've listened to like half of it so far. I listened to it this morning.
Okay.
It's really, really good. So if you like music, you should listen to it. It's chill. It's not like, I mean, it's British music. It's really good though.
Yeah.
Like he's one of the best people doing it from out there.
Okay. Nice. Let me not do album because I can't think of an album off rip. A song I've been listening to a lot lately came out a couple weeks ago now, so it's not as recent as I guess this album that you just mentioned. But Division came out with a song. It's called Muse. Division is like my jam. I love them. They're probably my favorite act out of OVO outside of Drake. So I'm even a fan more so than Party Next Door. And they kill it all the time for me. And that song is just on repeat currently. So that's Division, Muse.
All right, I'll check them out because I don't really know that much about Division.
They're so good.
But I'll listen to that song. I think I might have listened to it like
in passing
exactly, but I'm not that familiar with Division. But I'll listen to it. You said Amuse? Mm-hmm. Okay, it's a song. Yep. Yes. Okay. Yep. Division, Amuse. Let me write it down.
Yours is J Hus?
J Hus.
Okay. Big and I was always the one who liked grime music. Like, I didn't mind it.
So why did you stop listening to it? When it's actually popping.
Right? I know. Like, even on that note, it's so much so popping that, like, in New York, there's, like, a wave right now, and I'm into Pop Smoke heavy. I don't even know why, because usually I would not be into a guy that, like, I feel like all his songs sound the same, and he's just too aggressive, and but, like, outside. Exactly. Yeah. But for whatever reason, I can't help it. Like, I love Pop Smoke, so I definitely will give J Hus a chance.
No, you should. I think you probably like it. He has a lot of good music.
Okay.
You know what else is going on in the world?
What?
So they're trying to impeach our president. I don't know if you guys have heard or seen I guess technically he's been impeached.
Yeah.
Like, forget about the English, but ultimately the trial has it begun? It begun, right? Or began?
You know what? Let me just do it. Let me just say it because Dolapo doesn't care.
We don't have 10 minutes.
Let me be honest. He doesn't care. So I'm gonna just say it and like wrap it up. Okay.
All right, we're listening.
So he's been impeached. He was impeached during our 2-month hiatus. You know, the House did what they do. They voted. He's out, right? And then in the Senate, the idea is you get voted out of office. We all know, and we've been known that he's not going to get voted out of office. The trial did start. It started, I believe, the week before last, if not this past week.
Yeah.
They did their opening arguments. Everybody knows where each other stands. But nothing new has been brought to the light. Nothing in addition to what the House already knew. So in order to have that happen, they needed to vote on getting witnesses and evidence admitted into the trial. In order for it to take place, Republicans had to give the go-ahead. At least 4 Republicans had to give the go-ahead. 2 out of 4 did. So it ended in a 49-51 tally, meaning no evidence is going to be admitted beyond what the House already had. The annoying thing about that is in the previous impeachment trials, that's not been the precedent. That's 1. 2, they knowingly are saying they don't want additional evidence, even though there's clearly more evidence to be had in the case of John Bolton, which was the previous national security advisor. That's a bunch of jargon, but either way, there's more information to be had, and we don't have it. And it's kind of gross because the main reason certain Republicans are saying no to evidence is because they want us to decide, the voters to decide. The problem is we don't have all the information, not nearly as much as you guys know you have or have, you know, the ability to get.
Right.
But it's fine. It is what it is. No evidence. So by this week, Wednesday, it will be official. He'll probably be acquitted, like barring any monumental shifts.
Yeah.
Luckily, though, he won't be able to say he's acquitted during the State of the Union on Tuesday. That's what he wanted to do. That's why he's been rushing this so that it could be done by Monday, Tuesday, and then he could tell the whole world, I was acquitted. This was all like a witch hunt. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
But based on how the chips are going to fall, he's not going to be able to say that, thankfully.
Okay.
Just, you know, for the optics and logistics wise, we don't want him to get that look. But I don't even know what to say.
Okay, so that's your update. That's the impeachment is happening. Nothing is going to change.
Nothing's going to change.
We'll see what happens in elections.
Pretty much. And look out for the results of the Iowa caucus, which are going to happen on Monday. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah, as you listen to this, it's probably happening.
Yep. Exactly.
Better listen on Monday.
Yeah.
Okay. True. Only other thing I want to get to is the other thing that's going crazy in the world right now. Coronavirus. I don't know if you've seen, but it's in America, if you're not aware.
Yeah, I know.
I think it started in China.
It did.
They're saying it started from animals. Who knows how true that is?
Yeah, I mean, they said it started from animals, and they can connect it based off of some like meat market in the particular region in China.
I don't 100% believe that.
I mean, you know,
because they first said
how
that
can you believe anything the government says?
that it couldn't be transmitted from
person to person, yeah.
And now it can. So they're learning as they go.
Well, they're also paralleling this with the SARS virus from years ago, and how jumbled and fumbled that was. They feel like they're the same thing is happening with the coronavirus. So I can understand why with every new piece of information we get, we're a little bit skeptical. But you know, with viruses, they are kind of just coming out of thin air. So they're learning as they go. So I don't necessarily fault them for not necessarily thinking it could go from one human to the next, because a lot of viruses are like that. And then on that note too, the like symptoms don't manifest for like weeks at a time. So they didn't realize like, oh, this is because 2 weeks ago you know what I mean, you did this. Like, either way, it's a little bit sketch, but at the same time, I kind of give them some leeway to make some mistakes.
Of course, we know it's out there. We know it's a new thing that they're trying to figure out. Just be careful if you're traveling.
Be careful, especially anywhere in that region.
Yeah, but it's here, like it's in Virginia. I saw in the news.
You're right.
I think it's in Washington. It's like it's in Washington. It's in Virginia. So let's just say it's in America.
From coast to coast.
Yeah, like it's covered in. Just traveling, like
in general, be very careful. And like at the first sight of being sick, don't be that person that like doesn't want to figure it out or take care of it, because that's the main issue. It's like it manifests into pneumonia, and then that's how people can die from it, because some people aren't necessarily fully equipped, like their immune system isn't equipped to deal with it. So you know, if you're feeling sick, get yourself checked out.
Definitely.
But let's not create some hysteria either.
No, I'm not about hysteria. I think you should, you know, be clean, try your best to, you know, watch what you do, watch what you eat, that kind of thing. Like, but I'm not suggesting everyone should go get surgical mask and run around. I mean, if you want to, I'm gonna judge you, but you're doing it for your life.
Exactly.
So I mean, who's really the loser here?
Exactly.
But I'm gonna judge you. I'm gonna laugh at you for wearing surgical mask up and down. Yeah. Oh, and also with the coronavirus, I don't know if you saw recently.
No.
But if you recently, I don't know exactly what the thing is, but if you've been to China like within the last, I want to say month or something, you're not going to be allowed to come back to America for the moment.
Stay put, bruh.
Or if you come back, they're going to quarantine you for like 14 days
to make sure.
So just be aware that might happen. And we'll talk a little more about travel bans in a moment.
Dun, dun, dun.